Alright, Grand Rising everyone, I trust you're doing well. So today I want to talk about the Ga as a whole, the Ga community, the Greater Accra region, because as far as I know, Greater Accra is predominantly a Ga region, and I know the Gans have been very unhappy with a few utterances on social media lately. I saw one where it is alleged, is it Dinah? Someone said if the new evangelist does a work well, in fact, someone can be cancelled and all that, which I think is gross disrespect to the Ga community, and it's understandable that the youth want to take care on. And I saw another poster where is it that Daikesia festival is going to be held in Accra. And I think a lot of people are taking it from the tribalistic point, which obviously would be so. But I feel it goes beyond just tribalism, because I live in Accra. And I remember when we were developing our sites, some Ga boys came in, they were rowdy, they were angry, aggressive and all that, demanding royalties for the land and everything. And I'm not here to side with them, but when I listened to their grievances, I was a bit sad for them, because in the first place, from what they say, most of their chiefs, their ancestors, their predecessors just sold off the land, because it was a capital. The government just wants to do something, or a big investor comes in with money, then boom, the lands go away. And most of the times when they sell these lands, they don't have any kind of family coffers or traditional coffers where they put this money in for, like, say, because of our grandchildren or great ancestors to come. We have this treasury bill of things. So for like hundreds of generations, we can take care of them in terms of their education, even a place of abode for them and all that. Because in Norway, as at the time I was there, when we listen to statistics, economic statistics and all that, they would say that they have so much investments in terms of money, materials and all that in stores, to the extent that for the next 50 years, even if the youth stop working or something like that, they can still sustain them, because they have amassed enough wealth, they've put on enough resources to take care of the children. And so even parents give birth, even if you're a foreigner, for as long as you have the right documents of staying in the country, they take care of your child, giving you monthly allowances to support. In Norway, I realized that even if you lose your job for about 2 years, that's if you've been paying your tax and you have like working permits and all those things, the state can still take care of you, your accommodation, you can swap car. It's like life is made easy for them, so the children don't even have to struggle. And then when we come to this Ga community, so far what I've noticed, like I said, in the first place, most of their lands have been sold off. So when you look at the Ga themselves, the only available property they have is that small central Accra we see. So you see a family house there, one room, and it's like 5 cousins are sharing it, to the extent that some people have to, I think sometimes some of us should take tour around Accra, places like Chocó, Jamestown, Bochum and all those places. It's like there isn't even enough place for the raw people to keep their items. So right in the middle of the street, you see the bathhouses, you see places of convenience, you see a grandma, she sits somewhere beside the street almost all day. By her side, you see her clothes. By the other side, you see her wares that she sells. There is no space in Accra, honestly. I'm not a Ga person. I also came from outside Accra to reside here, That's not to say Obian Kunikrum or something, or their region. But the point is, in as much as Accra is a small place, most of the people that live here are foreigners from other regions. Now, even when you go to Accra, a lot of these Kayayes are taking over the streets, overcrowding and all that. And I know it's the central city, so it's normal for people to migrate from other places to come and work here. But I feel the more reason why the Gans are agitated is because when you look at the influx of people from other places as compared to how many Gans travel outside Accra, I think the ratio is far too wide, because I hardly hear that there is a Ga community in either central region or Volta or even the Ashantis, and these Gans are holding festivals and all that. So in a way, we are not understanding them, that they want to demonstrate and are threatening to destroy things and all that. But being a traditional person myself, I feel the Homowo Festival is one of the key components of the Ga community and what it is today. The little I know about Homowo is that it's Homowo. Homo means hunger and Wo means sleep. So it's a festival that is meant to celebrate as a new food. Somebody can correct me, or it basically means hooting at hunger. So I think it has to do with the new season of crops and fruits and all that, so when that festival comes up, I think they also do it with, isn't pupui? It's kind of made from maize, right? Yeah, so they prepare those foods, sprinkle on the road and all that, just to signify that they are hooting at anger by giving their ancestors food, trusting that new food will come with the seasons that are coming. And so far as I've known, I remember those times when I was in church, Homowo first like the period of festival will come up and they'll put this band on drumming, and when I was at church, they'll come around season instruments and things, and most of these church people will insult them, like in Krasifo, in Ibiaba, yes, more like villages. We are in a new season where we worship God and things, don't you see? But I'm beginning to learn in traditions and all that. I realized that even in the Bible, there are some parts of the Bible that says that when in the Old Testament, when the people will work for 6 years, on the 7th year, they'll leave the whole land fallow. They don't do anything on the land, just to give the land enough time to rest, to replenish itself and all that, so it can be prepared for the next season. And I feel it's the same concept that goes with Homowo, because throughout the year, the night clubs, the churches, the pubs, and all over the places, there's so much noise. So within that time, they say, okay, let's keep the land silent and quiet by having minimum noise and all those things. And even in those times, you realize that, Ga people who normally flout laws and all that abide by these rules, and that is what is keeping the land and the Ga community where it is now. So for somebody who is of a different tribe that we know for times and generations have always felt kind of superior to everybody, to make such an utterance, I understand why the Ga community, especially the youth, will be agitated. And on top of that, I'm thinking maybe whoever brought out that program of Adai Kessie and didn't, it's just my thought, I'm not saying the nurse, get to know of these things. I didn't even know till now that that's actually the day when the Homowo Festival starts, so I feel there's a matter of dialogue between the Ga Council, and at best our brother or whoever is in charge of that program could have gone to the Ga Council. Maybe he's even done that, to seek for advice or let's say directives as to how he can organize these things, but who knows. So I just wish this issue would be brought to a peaceful end. At the end of the day, we should understand the land on which we are on. They say when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. You get it. So I feel when we are in the Ga community, and in fact, I love this Homowo time where there's no noise, because on my road there are like 3 churches and everybody's blasting noise in the ears, especially online times. And I feel there's a good tradition to just allow the land to be peaceful and quiet, and just prepare for a new time. But it's unfortunate that after these things are done, people just go back to the noise and so it's like it has just from what I see, in as much as it has a spiritual significance, mentally it doesn't really transform people. So people just keep the noise down. Maybe just like how the Muslims who fast, they just pile up food away for a time, and then the moment they break their fast, it's feast and party and all that, So I feel it's time that we tie our traditional values to raw development and all that. If it's a time of quietness and all that, within that quietness, people should be pondering, what next can I do in the next season and all that. Then at the end of the day, it helps all of us. But until these things are done, I feel it's just laudable and normal that these youth should be agitated. But more importantly, let's learn to respect the land we are on, to bring maximum peace and honor to our ancestors. All right.